What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. Now, today, we're going to be talking about what's coming to the game this week, and there's actually a bit to discuss, and something that I personally completely forgot about that we need to prepare for. So we will talk a little bit about that, and we'll drop the actual full video on that Thursday morning. But let's go ahead and get into this. Starting tomorrow. Remember, things are running out tonight. The current Heroic Trial is running out. Your 7 Zones are running out. Your Record Busters are running out. Get those runs in. Super important to make sure that that is done. Now, starting tomorrow, we get 2 new chapters of Sword Oratoria. And along with that, of course, we're getting a 3-star ticket, which is really, really nice. And, of course, we're getting a new banner. Now, we talked about this last week, and I think it really bears repeating that these units are all new, brand new, but not time limited, though they will be Aqua Killers. So, first things first, physical type adventure on a kitty. Now, this unit has me a little confused. So the HP is really low for a physical unit, but her physical attack is really nice, and her defense is respectable. Not groundbreaking, but definitely respectable. Though her agility is off the charts. No, okay. I won't say like off the charts yet, but what she does is actually pretty respectable. So, skill 1, she's going to do foes, plural, strength, magic, and agility, minus 35% for 5 turns. So she's a really good debuffer for the upcoming teams. Self-earth attack damage plus 70% for 3 turns and add 3 additional actions. Foes, plural, mid-earth physical attack. Then, this is the part where it gets really interesting. She does skill 2, fast, high earth physical attack with high penetration rate. Earth resist down 40% for 3 turns. Self, strength, and agility plus 60%. 60%! That's insane agility. Like, I don't care who is on your team. She's going first, at least for now. That probably will change. Those things usually, like that. This is like the beginning of that power creep for agility that you're going to see here shortly. Kind of thing we saw last year with the Magic Light units. So for now, she's going to be the fastest person on your team come turn 3. In all fairness, but until either that buff runs out or somebody wipes out that buff, she will then, at turn 3 till whenever that happens, or the end of the game, whichever comes first, will be the fastest person on the team. Okay? Skill 3 is also interesting. High Earth physical attack with Ultra Unguard rate, 60% skill damage for Earth Resist debuff. And of course, you know, you should have Earth Resist debuffs on both the Adventure and the Assist side, so that's a 120% hit. Not the greatest hit in history, but with everything else she does, fantastic. I actually really adore that. And her essay, Ultra Earth physical attack with Ultra penetration rate plus 20% damage per strength and magic agility buff on the target. Now, the thing you want to note about this, the only time this is going to be like insane and like really amazingly useful is in Wargame, and it's going to be rare that you're able to get that off. So that's going to be like a 60% damage buff on like the best of opponents, and the vast majority of it's going to be like nothing. She's going to be like peanuts. So she's really not a unit that you're going to be able to ever really use that SA on, unless you're like dragging the fight out in FWG, or like really buff it. Like you've got, you know, the new Eyes, you've got Casino Seer, you've got the 3rd Anniversary Finn, you've got everybody on your team that just buffs SA, and then just hoping to get that. But even then, there are better hits out there. So it's not groundbreaking. It's not amazing. It would be pretty awesome, but it's only a 120% buff, which I kind of feel like with some of the other units we've gotten, if you're banking on that, you're banking on the wrong thing. I'm not saying it won't work. I'm not saying you can't build teams forward. I'm just saying for the vast majority of players out there, it's kind of a wasted SA. Just saying. Now, 35% thunder resistance, counters earth physical attack damage, 35% strength, agility, and dex. Remember, we're getting even more agility, but that's not uncommon. Most units have that nowadays. 20% damage on penetration, 15% physical and magic resistance, and Aqua Killer. We'll talk about her in situations in which to use her a little more tomorrow. This unit, I do have to make a minor correction on something I said last week, and somebody did call me out in the comments on it, and I completely, like, forgot it was even a thing, to be honest with you, because it's not a situation we deal with very often. But let's get into Linae stats first. 3721 is actually pretty good for a magic unit, but once again, she's physical, and that always, the new Konosuba game is killing me, because this I look at that and I go, oh, she's magic. No, she's physical. Brain, wrong game. Physical Linae. So 3721, not so great for a physical unit again. I don't know why they're making these units squishy, though her defense is fantastic. Her physical attack is pretty good. Dex and agility are alright skills. To really get in this, so I did say I really like her skill 3. Let's get to it. So, well, let's just talk about her skill 3, because I think skill 3 is like the best thing she's got going for her. Fast. It's a fast skill. Strength, magic, and earth attack damage plus 35%, and taunt and sleep resist plus 100%. That's like a fantastic sack skill. You're going to use that a lot in like Record Buster and like War Game and everything else. Here's the deal. Now, I said initially, and I will say there are other things going for this unit. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But I'll just correct the one thing I did last week and move on. But I said initially, like, that's like her best thing, and you want to keep her as low level as possible. The thing I completely forgot to mention last week is that to unlock that, you have to get her to level 60, which means you're already like treading that path of, is she too high level? Is she not going to die? So we got decisions to make on this one. I really don't know what to consider for this unit, but I like that skill still. I'm just really hoping like having her at level 60 isn't enough to like nullify that's usefulness. So we'll really have to see how that plays out. I'm going to ponder that a little bit more, and we'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. But for now, Ultra Earth physical attack with temporary strength boost to ally strength magic and earth attack damage plus 75%, which is good, but probably not going to be terribly useful come in the near future, but good for now. Passive, 35% thunder resistance, counters earth physical attack, 35% strength, agility, and dex, like they all do these days, 20% damage on critical, 20% ammo resistance, and of course, Aqua Killer. I don't think she's going to be like a hitter. I think she's more of a support unit, but we'll talk about her a little more tomorrow in the Before You Summon video. Let's get down to the rest of this, okay? New Heroic Trial dropping. Remember, the Heroic Trial we have right now is leaving today, so you need to go get your bond, or at least get all the points. You'll have another week to select your bond, but go ahead and like at least finish that Heroic Trial up. This one drops tomorrow, and I believe the other one actually leaves either tonight or tomorrow night, but you don't want to risk it. If it leaves tonight and you wait till tomorrow, you're going to be sad. Just finish it up today. It's not that hard. Okay? We dropped a whole video on that. You can search the channel. We've got all the Heroic Trials on the channel from years ago. War Game is, of course, returning. You know, Record Buster runs out tonight. Once again, put in your Record Buster scores. And we have War Game back. And I did say last week I didn't think this was a pre-round. This apparently is a pre-round, which means there's another Familia War Game coming up before you know it. So, make sure you are on the ball for this one. Of course, 7th Zone is back. I keep threatening to make a 7th Zone video, and I haven't done it. But just use your Water Team. Water Team just wrecks it and laughs at it. And you can just auto-run it with the good skill flow. And you're guaranteed, like, at least 15, if not 20 million points, and just laugh like all the way through it. It's hilarious. Now, here's the big thing. This is the big one. I have all the details on Familia Rush, but for the sake of getting this video out and making it fairly short, I will drop this video Thursday morning. We'll talk about Familia Rush. We'll talk about everything you need to know. And then, of course, like, basically, remember with Familia Rush, I believe Familia Rush is the one. I could be wrong on this, and I probably am, but I had a 50-50 shot, and I'm gonna go for it. Familia Rush, I believe, is the one where when you do the fights, it's like one fight. When it ends, it's like basically a boss fight. When the boss fight ends, you run to the next one, the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and it's literally just like a raid boss that you take down with your Familia. So everybody in the Familia is working hard towards this. The main thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you are communicating with your Familia, because some people will have better teams for like 1 or 2 than they will have for 3, or so on and so forth. Like, if you've got a better team for fight 1, make sure you're communicating with your Familia so that you know that, hey, fight 1 just ended, everybody that's really good at fight 2, go kill it. And then if you are paying attention, if you're doing that, and if you're really like being diligent with that, that's going to help you achieve really good scores. So communication is really key in Rush. Super effective in Rush. So it does say effective is Aqua Killer, and Dark and Earth teams are preferred. So of course the new units, well, probably more one than the other, but the new units will be effective here, and they will be nice, and we'll talk about all that on Thursday morning when the event drops. But for now, and I know this is last week's sell, we're going to start here with the second row. Main story, new gacha for it, Heroic Trial, 7th Zone, and war game, which it does say is a pre-round. So remember, you want to pay close attention. You want to be diligent in this war game. All start tomorrow. Familia Rush kicks off on Thursday. I know it says it says the 15th, but remember these are Japanese time. This is gonna be 14th for the vast majority of you watching this video. Like, comment, share all the good stuff. I'll be back with more Danmachi before you know it. I hope.